In this video, we're going to learn how to format your research report. We're going to use a practice report here on the left, so you can see it's a draft, and turn it into a final version that's formatted. I'm working on a Mac. You might be on a PC, but either way, you should be in Word. It might look a little bit different, but the layout's pretty similar. So we're going to work with headings first, and you'll want to make sure you're on the Home tab. And to the right, you'll see headings. It might have the word styles underneath. On my computer, it says it to the right. But if you click on the drop down, it'll open up all the different styles available to you. We're primarily going to be working with heading levels 1 and 2. And why it's helpful is that it will let you format your headings quickly and consistently, so you don't have to do it manually step by step using all these different buttons here under the format section. But it also allows you to do an easy table of contents later, which I'll show you. So if we go ahead and go through, I've got my outline here. My heading level 1s are going to be my main topics, so that's 1 through 6 here. And then my heading 2, or my subtopics, will be letters A, B, C that are under some of my headings. So let's go through first, because this is a topic. This is going to be heading level 1. So we'll go ahead and clean that up a little bit, get rid of the brackets and label. Go ahead and select it, and if you click heading 1, it will automatically format it for you. Now every computer is a little bit different. Yours might show a different color, maybe black font, no color in the back. In mine, it's blue background with white font, and it's all capitalized. Everybody's computers will be a little bit different, but you do want to make sure that your heading level 1, they're going to be centered. That's per APA format. So if your heading 1 doesn't show as centered, what you can do is there's usually a modify option if you right click on heading 1, and you should be able to change the formatting. I can do centered here. You want to make it a different font size, different font completely. In this case, it's already set up. Now let's go ahead and keep going for this section. So here's another topic. So this will be another level heading, level 1 heading. Get rid of the brackets and go ahead and hit heading 1. See how easy it is? If you just use the headings that are set up, you don't have to do much formatting. Here is a subtopic. So we're going to use heading level 2. So get rid of the labels and the brackets. And let's go ahead and click heading 2. So you can see there's a difference. Our heading 1s are centered in dark blue background, and our heading 2 here is light blue. Again, your computer might look a little bit different, but this is just to show you how our headings are going to be separated by format. Now, if you recall in the lecture, headings should not be back-to-back like this. There needs to be some kind of text in here. So I'm just going to make a comment. There should be a nice paragraph that introduces what the subsections will look like, or what's going on in this main section of your report, and go from there. So there's a few more subtopics. We'll go ahead and make those level 2 headings as well. Sure we don't have any unnecessary spacing. Oops. Get rid of that guy. Look, here we're back at topic. So now we're again at heading level 1. So you can see the difference between level 1 and level 2 heading. Now I've already gone through and done the rest of the headings in this report, so you should do the same on your end. Okay. Now next, we're going to work on formatting our references. So that should be near the end of your report. So here we can see, here are my references. So it should be called references. And again, it will be heading level 1. You can see it just comes right after there. Now for your references, you want to make sure that they are indented. So here, if you select all, you can drag this little arrow or this triangle, and it will indent everything for you consistently. So you don't have to manually do it for each one. Sometimes when you drag the little triangle, both triangles move. That's okay. Let both triangles move, and then take the top triangle and move it back. There's different ways that you can mess around with indenting, but this is just one way to do it. Okay, so that's how we format our list of references. Now let's work on our executive summary. So here you can see I've got an executive summary here. Now the executive summary should go at the top of your report. So what we're going to go ahead and do is select the executive summary. We're going to cut it and move it back at the top. So before all the content happens. Okay. Now, again, with executive summary, we want to use heading 1. Okay. And furthermore, the executive summary needs to be on its own page. So if you just click right before executive summary, you can go Insert, Break, Page Break, and it puts it on the next page. However, we want it to be alone. So same idea. We'll go and do another page break after the executive summary, but before our report begins. So I've got it right before the introduction to transfer, insert break, page break. And again, every computer's going to look a little bit different in the way you add your page breaks. And so you can see the executive summary is now on its own. And remember, you should be writing the executive summary after you've written your report. And we learned in the previous weeks how to create a 5-sentence executive summary. So what now we need to do is to create a title page. So the title page goes before the executive summary. And we're actually going to go ahead and get rid of this outline because you've already done your headings. We're good to go. So we can delete that out. And to do your title page, you'll go Center. We'll call this Example, Transfer Report, the author's name, the institution that the report is affiliated with, and a date. Let's just do, it's July already, 2017. Now the font's a little small, so I do want to make sure the font's big enough, and that your title should be centered in the middle of the page. Okay, easy? Now you'll notice the executive summary didn't move. That's because you put in a page break. When you put in a page break, it protects that page from anything that's going above it, so you don't have to be playing around with backspace and returning all the time. Okay. Now we're going to add a table of contents. So let me make sure here. The table of contents comes after the title page, but before the executive summary. So if you click on the top of the second page, you'll go to, let's see, every computer's a little bit different. Okay, on mine, it's under References, and there's a Table of Contents button here. And I'm going to select the classic Table of Contents. And you can see the Table of Contents suddenly appears thanks to our headings that we created earlier. But you can also see that our page break got a little bit lost. So I'm going to add another page break here to make sure the executive summary, it's on its own page. Okay, so now our table of contents, it's on its own page. Our executive summary, it's on its own page. But as you can see, when we did that, the pages or the content on the pages shifted a little bit. So what you want to do is you want to update your table of contents. So if you right click, update field, you can say update entire table, update page numbers only. Let's just update the page numbers only. And that will correct all the page numbers to the right. So this way, if you have to go back in and change something in your content, you don't have to go to your table of contents and manually create these page numbers or manually create the content. It will automatically do it for you. Now we can see there's some strange capitalization issues going on here. Oops. When I clicked on it, it took me to it. But what I want to do is if I select all of this and go to Home, there's a quick trick that will let me capitalize each word without having to do it manually. So you can find this under the font section, and I'll capitalize each word, and it will correct it for me. And I'm good to go with table of contents. One last thing we want to do is to add the page numbers to the pages themselves, because while a table of contents is great and will tell you where you can find each component of your report, if there's no page number at the bottom or the top of your document, you won't know how to double check. So one way to do it, and I can just start here on the executive summary, is if you double click here, it will open into the header. Alternatively, you could have gone to Insert and, let's see, oops, under Header, sorry, you've got the page number option here, where you can put a page number in, and you can say at the top of the page, the bottom of the page, right or left. So let's go ahead, page number, we will put it at the top of the page towards the right. And I don't want to show the number on the first page, so check that. If you hit OK, now you see how the page numbers appear in the upper right-hand corner. And so when I am on my table of contents and it says the executive summary is on page 3, and I scroll down, I can find page 3 more readily. Okay? So there's a couple different ways you can add your page number in. What you want to make sure that is that it's somewhere either in your header or your footer, not in the main body of your report. Okay? So those were the tips and tricks on how to format your research report. If you have any questions, let me know. The internet also has lots of great resources if you want to look at more instructions on how to specifically do any of these items. But we've covered how to do headings, how to format our references, how to set up our executive summary with page breaks, how to add a title page, how to add a table of contents thanks to the pre-work we did on the headings, and then last but not least, adding page numbers so that your pages match your table of contents. Good luck on formatting your research report.